Dandavat Pranam. All glories to Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. All glories to Srila Krishna Das Kaviraj Gosvāmī Maharaj Ki Jai. Śrī Caitanya-caritāmṛta Antya Lila, Chapter 6, Text 186. Bhakshana apekshana hi samasta divasa gamana Shudhana hi badhe chaitanya charana prapyemana. Not caring about eating, he traveled all day. Hunger was not an impediment, for his mind was concentrated upon obtaining shelter at the lotus feet of Śrī Caitanya Mahāprabhu. 187. Kabu charabhana kabu radhana kabu dudapana yabeye mileta hera ke nija prana. Sometimes he chewed fried grains, sometimes he cooked, and sometimes he drank milk. In this way he kept his life and soul together with whatever was available wherever he went. 188. Bharadine chalige la Shri Purushottama Pateti nadina matra karila bojana. He reached Jagannath Puri in 12 days, but could eat only for 3 days on the way. 189. Sarupari sahagoshani achena vashiya Hinakale Raghunātha milila asiya. When Raghunātha met Śrī Caitanya Mahāprabhu, the Lord was sitting with his companions headed by Swarup Damodar. 190. Anghanate Gurerahi Karina Pranipata Mukunda Data Kahe Ei Aila Raghunātha. Staying at a distant place in the courtyard, he fell down to offer obeisances. Then Mukunda Datta said, "Here is Raghunātha." 191. Prabhu kahena Aisha tenho darila charana Uti Prabhu kripaya tandre kaila alingana. As soon as Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu heard these words, he immediately welcomed Raghunātha Das. "Come here," he said. Raghunātha Das then clasped the lotus feet of the Lord, but the Lord stood up and embraced him out of his causeless mercy. 192. Sarupari sabhabhaktera charana vandila Prabhu kripa dekhi sabe alingana kaila. Raghunātha Das offered prayers at the lotus feet of all the devotees, headed by Swarup Damodar Gosvāmī. Seeing the special mercy Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu had bestowed upon Raghunātha Das, they embraced him also. 193. Prabhu kahe Krishna kripa balista sabha hoite Tomare kadila vishaya vistagarta hoite. Lord Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu said, "The mercy of Lord Krishna is stronger than anything else. Therefore the Lord has delivered you from the ditch of materialistic life, which is like a hole into which people pass through." Purport. According to the law of karma, everyone is destined to suffer or enjoy according to a certain material standard. But the mercy of Lord Krishna is so powerful that the Lord can change all the reactions of one's past karma or fruitive activities. Lord Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu specifically drew attention to the mercy of Lord Krishna. That mercy is more powerful than anything else, for it had saved Raghunātha Das from the strong bondage of materialistic life, which the Lord compared to a hole where people pass through. Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu gave his verdict that those addicted to the materialistic way of life are like worms that are living in stool but cannot give it up. A griha vrata, one who has decided to live in a comfortable home, although it is actually miserable, is in a condemned position. Only the mercy of Krishna can save one from such misery. Without Krishna's mercy, one cannot get out of the filthy entanglement of materialistic life. The poor living entity cannot give up his materialistic position on his own. Only when granted the special mercy of Krishna can he give it up. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu knew very well that Raghunātha Das was already liberated. Nevertheless, he emphasized that Raghunātha Das's life of material comfort as a very rich man's son with a very beautiful wife and many servants to attend him was like a ditch of stool. The Lord thus specifically indicated that ordinary men who are very happy with material comforts and family life are in no better position than worms in stool. (194) Raghunātha mane kahe Krishna nahi jani, tava kripa kadila ama ei ami mani. Raghunātha Das answered within his mind, I do not know who Krishna is. I simply know that your mercy, O my Lord, has saved me from my family life. 195. Prabhu kahena tomara pita jeta dvijane, chakravarti sambandhe hama ajakari mane. The Lord continued, your father and his elder brother are both related as brothers to my grandfather, Nilambara Chakravarti. Therefore I consider them my grandfathers. Nilambara Chakravarti, the grandfather of Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu, was very intimately related to Raghunātha Das's father and uncle. Nilambara Chakravarti used to call them his younger brothers, because both of them were very much devoted to the Brahmanas and were very respectable gentlemen. Similarly, they used to call him Dada Chakravarti, addressing him as an elder brother Brahmana. Raghunātha Das, however, was almost the same age as Lord Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu. Generally, a grandchild may joke about his grandfather. Therefore, Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu took advantage of the relationship between his grandfather and Raghunātha Das's father and uncle to speak in a joking way. 96. Chakravarti Raghuhe Haya Bratritva Rupa Dāsa Ateva Tare Ami Kari Pari Hasa. Since your father and his elder brother are younger brothers of Nilambara Chakravarti, I may joke about them in this way. 197. Arabapa Jeta Vishaya Vishta Gartera Kira Shukakari Mane Vishaya Vishera Mahapira. My dear Raghunātha Das, your father and his elder brother are just like worms in stool in the ditch of material enjoyment. For the great disease of the poison of material enjoyment is what they consider happiness. Purport. When a man is attached to material enjoyment, he is attached to many miserable conditions, but nevertheless he accepts his condemned position as one of happiness. Sense enjoyment is so strong for such a person that he cannot give it up, exactly as a worm in stool cannot give up the stool. From the spiritual point of view, when a person is too absorbed in material enjoyment, he is exactly like a worm in stool. Although such a position is utterly miserable to the eyes of liberated souls, the materialistic enjoyer is greatly attached to it. 198. Yadyapi brahmanya kare brahmanera sahaya Sudha Vaishnava nahe haye Vaishnavera praya. Although your father and uncle are charitable to Brahmanas and greatly help them, they are nevertheless not pure Vaishnavas. However, they are almost like Vaishnavas. Purport. As stated by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur in his Amrita Pravaha Bhasya, some people, usually very rich men, dress like Vaishnavas and give charity to Brahmanas. They are also attached to deity worship, but because of their attachment to material enjoyment, they cannot be pure Vaishnavas. Anya bilashita sunyam jnana karmadya anvritam. The pure Vaishnava has no desire for material enjoyment. That is the basic qualification of a pure Vaishnava. There are men, especially rich men, who regularly worship the deity, give charity to Brahmanas, and are pious in every respect, but they cannot be pure Vaishnavas. Despite their outward show of Vaishnavism and charity, their inner desire is to enjoy a higher standard of material life. Raghunātha Das's father, Govardhan, and uncle, Hiranya Das, were both very charitable to Brahmanas. Indeed, the Brahmanas from the Gaudiya district were particularly dependent upon them. Thus they were accepted as very pious gentlemen. However, they presented themselves as Vaishnavas to the eyes of people in general, although from a purely spiritual point of view, they were ordinary human beings, not pure Vaishnavas. Actual Vaishnavas considered them almost Vaishnavas, not pure Vaishnavas. In other words, they were Kanistha Adhikaris, for they were ignorant of higher Vaishnava regulative principles. Nevertheless, they could not be called Vishayis, or blind materialistic enjoyers. 199. Tatapi vishera svabhava kare maha andha sei karma karaya yate haya bhava bandha. Those who are attached to materialistic life and are blind to spiritual life must act in such a way that they are bound to repeat birth and death by actions and reactions of their activities. As clearly stated in Bhagavad Gita 3.9, Yaghartat karmano nyatra lokayam karma bandhana. If one does not act as a pure devotee, whatever acts he performs will produce reactions, a fruit of bondage, karma bandhana. Similarly, in Srimad Bhagavatam 5.5.4, it is stated, Nam pramata kurute vikrama yad indriya pritaya apnoti nasadhu manye yato atmanoyam asan api klesha da asadeha. A materialistic person, madly engaged in activities for sense enjoyment, does not know that he is entangling himself in repeated birth and death, and that his body, although temporary, is full of miseries. A Vishayi, a person blindly caught in a web of materialistic life, remains in the cycle of birth and death perpetually. Such a person cannot understand how to execute pure devotional service, and therefore he acts as a karmi, jnani, yogi, or something else, according to his desire. But he does not know that the activities of karma, jnana, and yoga simply bind one to the cycle of birth and death. 200. Enavishaya hoite Krishna udhari latoma kahana nayaya Krishna kripara mahima. By his own free will, Lord Krishna has delivered you from such a condemned materialistic life. Therefore, the glories of Lord Krishna's causeless mercy cannot be expressed. In the Brahma Samhita 5.54, it is said, Karmani nirdahati kintu cha bhakti bhajam. Lord Krishna is so merciful that he can stop the reactions of karma for his devotee. Everyone, from the small insect called Indragopam up to Indra, the king of heaven, is bound by the reactions of fruitive activities. Yasvindragopam atavendra mohosva karma bandhanurupa palabhajanam athanoti karmani nirdahati kintu cha bhakti bhajam govindam aripurusham tamaham bhajami. Everyone, whether an insect or king of heaven, is entangled and bound by the actions and reactions of his karma. However, when one becomes a pure devotee, free from material desires and from bondage to karma, jnana, and yoga, one is freed from material actions and reactions by the causeless mercy of Krishna. One cannot express sufficient gratitude to Krishna for being freed from the materialistic way of life. 201. Raghunātha Kitnata Malinya Dekhiya Svarupera Kahena Prabhu Krithadra Chitahana. Seeing Raghunātha Das skinny and dirty because of having traveled for 12 days and fasted, Lord Śrī Caitanya Mahāprabhu, his heart melting due to causeless mercy, spoke to Swarup Damodar. 202. Ehi Raghunātha ami Shantinu tomare Putra Britya Rupe Tumi Kara Angikare. My dear Swarup, he said, I entrust this Raghunātha Das to you. Please accept him as your son or servant. 203. Raghunātha namahaya maragane Swarupera Raghu aji hoite ihara name. There are now 3 Raghunathas among my associates. From this day forward, this Raghunath should be known as the Raghu of Swarup Damodar. Purport. Lord Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu had 3 Raghus among his associates. Vaidya Raghunath, Vaid Adi Lila 11.22, Bhatta Raghunath, and Dāsa Raghunath. Dāsa Raghunath became celebrated as the Raghunath of Svarupa. 204. Etakahi Raghunātera hashtadarila Swarupera haste tandre samarpana kaila. Saying this, Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu grasped the hand of Raghunātha Das and entrusted him to the hands of Swarup Damodar Gosvāmī. 205. Svarupa kahe Mahāprabhu reya agya haila etakahi Raghunātha punaha alingila. Swarup Damodar Gosvāmī accepted Raghunātha Das, saying, Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu, whatever you order is accepted. He then embraced Raghunātha Das again. Thus ends our reading for today. All glories to Shripad Bhakti Madhava Puri Maharaj Ki Jai. All glories to Om Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Nimalacharya Maharaj Ki Jai. All glories to the assembled devotees Ki Jai. All glories to Giri Govardhan Gupta Govardhan Dham Ki Jai. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol.